Well, hello. Welcome to episode 9 of season 7. If you've just joined, I am Maria of Magic with Maria everywhere, and I'm joined by our this episode's season ghoul and playgrad. Just kidding. But still the supreme. Robyn Valentine.
Hello.
Of A Tired Witch Everywhere. So, guys, yes,
I'm
Robyn
so
is
sick.
ill.
Okay, so let's just get this out of the way to start off with. This is a live episode. If you are tuning in pre-recorded, like as a listening later, I'm going to just warn you now, it's a live episode and I'm sick. So you might hear snuffling, you might hear coughing. We're going to do our best to edit a lot of it out. But I'm just going to be very candid with you that if you're somebody who has auditory sensitivities when it comes to things like sniffling or sneezing and stuff like that, I think this might be the episode that you skip. I am doing my best. I have not been this sick in like 7 years. So
that's okay.
Give me some
sound
grace,
like
please.
Phoebe Buffet singing, Smelly Cat.
Smelly
You're fine.
Smelly Cat.
It's going to be a hit. It's just going to be so good. Everyone's like, ooh, I love the new voice. But, so we do have a class this month, and that's going to be on July 31st at 6 p.m. And that's going to be on Art as an Offering with Caitlyn Barone. We're very excited about that one. But so on Patreon, if you just want to go to Caitlyn's class, you can just buy the one-off episode, or you can just join Patreon and get all the classes and watch all of them and enjoy them all. It's completely up to you. But
we have like 42.
Yeah. Do we? That's crazy.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That is insane. But yeah, if you want to buy that one class, it'll be available the time and date of shooting it. So get on there. But yeah, we do also have a voicemail service where you can send us your ghost stories, witchy tips, or anything you think the community would love to hear. There's a 3-minute cutoff point, but you can always call back and we'll put your story together if you need to tell us more of it. It is 351-207-0799.
Yes, and because I've been sick, I haven't even checked the voicemails. So for all I know, we have 100 voicemails. And so if you're like, Robyn, Maria, what the heck? I've sent you voicemails. Well, I'm very sorry. I haven't seen it. I'm doing my best.
Guess what we're doing next week? To give Robyn's voice more of a break, we're going to listen to voicemails.
We're going to listen to voicemails. I am doing my best. I'm trying really hard to, oh gosh, here it comes. Trying really hard to catch up because like it actually has been like 3 weeks now and this is going on ridiculous. I'm pretty sure that I had a pneumonia and an upper respiratory infection at once. So
beautiful.
I'm just a girl. Okay, so because this is a live episode, let's just get into our next segment, shall we?
It.
So if you just joined us this week, every week we talk about upcoming astrological transits and how you can utilize them in your magical practice. If you are looking for lunar phases and how you can utilize those, you had 7 whole seasons, 6 seasons. I don't know. Every season until this season. That you can go back and check out, and they're there, so go check them out. That being said, the first one coming out that like in relationship to today is on July 20th, and that is Jupiter going into opposition of Pluto. This is a good time to focus on themes of expansion versus like opposition or power. So kicking it to the man, if you will, and doing things that are really going to expand your ambition and transformation. Now, I would like to remind you that Mercury is in retrograde. So when we are doing these kinds of ambitious expansions, this is not the time to rely heavily on things that deal with communication and your livelihood. So mayhaps we don't go tell your boss to shove it up their ass. Instead, we are going to do more subtle, magical spell work that is going to be kind of shedding ourselves of old beliefs and kind of putting ourselves in a position more magically that aligns with our own growth and power. So maybe we are going to do road openers or shadow work around like our relationship with finances and success, and simultaneously shadow work around jealousy and obsession and control and how we kind of navigate those things. On July 22nd, the sun is entering Leo. Great time for spell work that deals with leadership, creativity, joy, and just general self-expression. Leo season is very unapologetic. Leos are themselves, and especially the sun entering Leo, it's a good time to do glamour magic, confidence building, and just stepping into a visibility that you are comfortable with. I think that when we hear things like the sun entering Leo, people can think that means that they need to suppress how they feel about, their own perception and just being perceived at all. Do it within your own means and comfort. Mercury is going into direct on July 23rd. So hallelujah.
Oh, this one's been rough.
This one has been fucking rough. I was literally at my little mother's meeting play date thing today, and I was like, yeah, Mercury has been retrograding, and then we all just kind of talked about how everything's been a nightmare for everyone. So yeah, you can do spell work specifically for communications around honesty, understanding. You can work on planning or signing big contracts or working on those negotiations. You can do it now too, but I don't know, perhaps do it carefully. And that being said, on July 26th, Saturn is going into retrograde. This is a good time for spell work around boundary setting. Specifically, I do not necessarily mean protection magic of like one's home, but instead protection magic when it comes to like our emotions. So maybe this is, you have that family member who really sucks at hearing you. This is a good time to do spell work that helps you create boundaries so that way you don't even need necessarily to be heard because they just fuck off. Yeah, you can do long-lasting words around your home, but for me, Saturn retrograde is very much so about just focusing on that emotional boundary setting. And finally, as I said, you can go back to previous seasons, but on July 29th is the full moon in Aquarius. So anything to add to that very long spiel, Maria?
Not really. I'm really looking forward to the sun entering Leo. I really like working with Leo's energy. And I feel like it's the sun's last hurrah before like summer's done. So like really focusing on spells that like, we're going to be entering the months where it's going to rain all the time. It's going to be dark all the time. So we really want to capture. I know me too. But we do want to capture some sun and sun energy. So when, if you get in your feelings, like during winter, you can like open up a little spell jar or an oil and apply it and kind of like remembers summer's like energy when you need it.
What, being hot and having a swamp crotch?
The happier memories. Like we're talking pool days. My crotch
was so sweaty the other day. I was at my little craft circle with my friends, and one of my friends was having an emotional moment, and I gave her a hug, and I was like, if you can smell my vagina, I'm so sorry. It was bad, Maria. Like, it was 105 and humid. It was... I could smell myself, and I was just like, you really need a hug? Like,
I will say, it was really a shock from the mountains where it's like 76 degrees and then coming down here where it's 100. I'm like, Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. No, it's horrible. Oh, it's nasty. No.
Also, hello everyone in chat. We're not ignoring you. We love you. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for being here.
All right, girl. You ready to do a tarot reading, little mama?
Let's do it. So every episode we talk about tarot. Previous seasons we've gone over individual meanings of cards. We've talked about like whole sections in tarot, and we've gone over themes we see in tarot, like love, friendships, what cards can mean those things. This season we're kind of returning to our roots. I think we also did last season, but we're doing like a collective reading, like pulling a card and reading like the general energy right now. It might not resonate with you. Sometimes we're not part of the general energy, and that is okay. Take, if it resonates, take it in. If it doesn't, leave it. Okay, let's go ahead and see what pops out. We actually have a few that popped out, but I am just going to
give us them all,
merge.
Girl.
Let me make sure that was the only two. Okay, so for those who are on our live, we have the Emperor. Now, there's two Emperors in this deck, so they're going to mean two separate things. As you can see, like this Emperor, like he's literally like has chains around like all these people. And then we also have the Page of Swords.
Swords. It's the Emperor and the Page of Swords together?
Yes. But as I said, this deck has two Emperors. This one is way more about like kind of the more negative meaning about like controlling and stuff. The way that I would see these two together is okay. So right now things are very difficult, like out in the world of politics and the economy. There's a lot of power play going on right now. And the good thing about the page being upright is right now we just have to kind of like wait and see it through, and that doesn't mean it's going to be pleasant. It's going to be horrible, but eventually we can move forward with any ideas we wanted to like do and to complete, and all of like this power dynamic stuff that's happening right now. In some ways it's going to be taken care of, and like the tides will turn, but it is going to require us to be unfortunately patient and wait for the right time to strike and go after the things that we want. And this is going to feel very prevalent next month, and it could feel actually quite heavy because this stuff has been heavy for like 2 years now, and it can be really frustrating having to wait for it to end and to get better. Any opinions about these cards?
I think these cards together are a request for proof of life for Mitch McConnell and his AI response.
Yes. And if you look, I mean, the Emperor on this card kind of looks like him,
and
just in a wig.
Curiosity, that's hilarious, coming together, right? And what's more curious than the curious case of what the fuck is going on with Mitch McConnell trying to convince any of us that he was wearing denim and a button-up shirt in a hospital bed. That's fucking crazy. That was bonkers. But that being said, I don't really have a lot to add to this. I think that you did a good job. You did a well-rounded job. It's almost like you're a professional at this.
Oh, who would have guessed? I don't know.
Oh my God. It's almost like she's a professional.
Yeah, It's almost like I do this all the time. I don't know.
No, yeah, I really don't have anything to add. That's why I was just making it silly. You did a good job, Mommy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I do want to see the other Emperor in that deck, though.
Yeah, I'll show you afterwards.
Wow, guys, she doesn't want you to see.
Ever the deck, but I promise you, it's cool.
I believe you. I believe you. You don't actually have to find it, babe.
I'll find it.
So this week, I'm going to intro this because I feel as though it's so appropriate for me to.
You should like literally just start like hawking up Olivier as you're like saying all this.
Listen, I could. But I digress. That's disgusting. The people who are not here or like aren't around in Discord and know like how active I am and how I've like had this abrupt and sudden like dive off the fucking edge. They would be so unbelievably disgusted, more so than anyone. So I'm not going to do that to them. But this week we're talking about low spoons witchcraft. Which feels appropriate, not just because I'm sick, but, you know, Maria has a chronic illness and
I've actually had to practice low spoon magic the past few weeks too because I've been nauseous all day. I actually am kind of nauseous right now too.
She's nauseous all day because she looks at me and it makes her sick how hot I am.
No. Yeah, oh yeah.
She looks at me and she goes, "Ooh, little mama."
It has nothing to do with the steak I just ate.
No, it has to do everything to do with you being sick to your stomach with how beautiful I am.
Yes, that's true. It's in the facts of coffee and cauldrons.
The facts of life. Anyway, low spoons magic. Let's talk about that. It does feel very. I want everyone to know too. We picked this topic before I got sick.
Yes,
it just feels ironic.
Yes, we're shooting ourselves in the foot.
Yeah, I manifested it into existence. Which actually I did that to something else recently, but I'll talk to you about that off air that you will laugh at.
Oh, okay.
So what is low spoons magic, Maria?
So low spoons magic is okay. So first, low spoons is a chronic illness term or even a disability term that deals with low energy. When you're super low energy and it's very hard to take care of yourself, and we only have like so many spoons, which spoons is like energy. So we have to be very choosy about like the amount of spoons, the amount of energies that we use, because using too much means, you know, maybe the next day you'll have -5 and you'll be like on your bed, like wanting to cease to exist. So it's trying to be smart. And unfortunately, that does sometimes cross over into our witchcraft practice. And we have to kind of like decide, you know, like what type, if I want to do a spell, like what does that look like for me right now?
Right. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the fact that Tom just said, Robyn's here too, I guess. Fucking bitch. Oh my god.
But yeah, I think,
and also,
sorry,
especially, no, I want to expand on your definition. Magic, by definition, is an exchange, by my definition, I should say, is an exchange of energy for one's will. And so if you don't have any energy, how do we practice, right? How does one make magic?
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things that I think it is having to do stuff like a priority of importance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as witches, we very much get to have the conversation that's like, I want it. I got it.
Yeah.
And sometimes wants and needs are very different things, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I really do think like low spoon magic is just like practical magic made like easy and accessible. And I do want to say that like for low spoons magic, that can mean so many things off of like so many different spectrums, because like people for like low spoon magic would mean something completely different for someone like with a disability than with someone with a chronic illness. It's it's about like what's accessible for each like individual person. So you have to kind of like play around with it.
Scale. Like I don't have a chronic illness, but I do have a mental illness, and
that can still make low spoons like crazy.
Yeah. So unless you've ever gotten in a cycle of worrying about, a mountain lion eating your kids, mayhaps we don't judge. And so it is one of those things where I believe we need to have a priority scale on, do I need this thing right now? And sometimes needing it is not like for survival in like a mundane way. Sometimes survival is it will bring me joy.
Yeah.
And that joy will give me a little energy boost to counter the energy I just used on this spell.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. And like, I also want to say, like, I know that so many of us like fall in this trap of like where we feel like we've got to do spell work. And if we're not like, we're going through like a period of really long illness in all of its like terms, that, we're not being true witches, but like resting and taking care of yourself is like so important. And like, it is magic within itself because you're trying to provide your body energy. You're actually taking care of yourself. You're rebelling against like, these societal norms already by resting and choosing rest and taking care of yourself rather than you driving yourself deeper in a hole with your spirituality. Because spirituality and like your witchcraft practice is supposed to help you, not hinder you and hurt you more. Yeah.
So you're saying, hypothetically speaking, I shouldn't make my life worse?
Yeah. I think that's wise. I think that's super smart.
So if you are doing low spoons magic and you are making your little priority list, what does that look like for you personally? So you have a chronic illness, you have physical energy levels and just physical abilities that get lower. What do you do to prioritize low spoon magic?
Mine? So, okay. I have like this whole, when I'm ill, I'm actually, if you're on the live, I am here on this couch and I have like a little set of like stuff I keep near me that are like it's even the mundane stuff like a book or my Kobo, but then there's also my tarot deck and then there's like some candles and a candle holder. And I think as I said, like at the beginning, you have to get really practical. And so if I want to do a spell, I'll just like use do the whole color correspondence with the candles and like maybe etch something in real quick and like think about my intention and then light the candle. There's no dressing it. There's no like, doing a crystal grid around the candle. And I really consider like my whole house like an altar space kind of because I even use my coffee table like when I am feeling unwell as like a space to do magic as well. And I'm a really big fan of like incense magic and using my metaphysical shop actually has like a wide range of different types of incenses for different spells. And so like I grab some here and there and I use it for those specific purposes with those intentions in mind, which that's super quick and you don't really have to think about it. And, incense smells good and makes your space smell good. So if you have like a bunch of stagnant energy going around, it's really helpful to help like cleanse the space as well. And let's say that I'm not in the phase of like where I completely need to like just take care of myself, but I still have some energy where I can at least do something, but I don't feel like moving. I'll just do the mind's altar where, you go enter meditation or you hedge cross and you just go to your mind's altar and you perform a spell in your mind's altar. Like you think about all the spell ingredients, you put it together and you watch it, kind of like envision it coming to life, like you would like a normal spell. But yeah, how about for you?
Well, I want to expand off the mind's altar thing really quick because I wanted to bring this up anyway. And I had thought to myself, how am I going to segue this in? But you did it for me. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
One of our Discord members, Autumn, has physical disabilities and she uses Second Life and she has like a whole altar on there. And I think that is so fucking clever. It's just an expansion of the mind's altar. That's all it is.
Absolutely.
It's creating a mind's altar and giving it something like more tangible that she can see. And I just think that's really fucking clever. Yeah, so I want to talk about that, and you segue me, so thanks, girl. The other thing is that for myself, so I get burnt out like in my mind. My mind gets burnt out. So I'll have physically no problem doing things, but mentally I'm just like fucking drained. So for me, it's about making sure that the things I've already set in motion are maintained. So it's a really big reason why I like doing like 7-day or 14-day candle jars, because for me, there's going to be days where I can like put a lot more energy into stuff. And there's days where honestly getting it lit, just taking 5 seconds to sit there, that is what I can muster. And so it kind of, it balances itself out by spreading it out where it's more obtainable and sustainable for me. The incense, like you've talked about, I like when I have a lot of energy making my own for that again, I have backlogged that I can use. That's why
it's so great to like do those larger spells like during the full moon or during, specific sun phases, and you have like all these ingredients already that you can, or like oils and stuff.
Yeah. And you just have them ready to go. I think my husband always says prior planning prevents piss poor performance. And I honestly love that phrase. I think he got it from his mom. And I think it's honestly a 10 out of 10 for me. I use it around here all the time. And so realistically speaking, because of these things, I feel like we get ourselves in this position where if you are prepared for things in that respect, it can be as simple as lighting some incense or lighting a candle. It's important to note that these spells are not going to be heavy lifter spells. Witchcraft is a craft. It also is about the energy and the dedication we put to things. So when you have low spoons, maybe it's not the time to do a hard-hitting spell. Maybe
although
that
I do. Sorry, go ahead.
We're just saying maybe that's the universe's way of telling you that this needs to wait a little bit.
Yeah, I will say something I do, which is kind of crazy and psychotic. But if I'm in a lot of pain, but I want to do a spell, I will use the pain as an energy for the spell.
Oh, I like that.
No, it works. Yeah, just because it's available. Why wouldn't I use it? Yeah. And it fills me with like rage and anger.
Girl rage. Okay, girl. It fills me with unbridled rage. Yeah. Okay, Maria. That's fucking crazy.
Well, go, girl. Being in pain hurts. It sucks. It does hurt. It makes you angry. It does hurt. But I do want to say also, like, tarot spells are so great for like low spoon magic too, like using your tarot or oracle cards as like a focal point for an intention you want to set, and just setting it on your altar as like, I want to bring forth this energy, because our altars are portals to our intentions. So why wouldn't you do that? I think super simple, super easy, and super accessible. But
I guess really my only point with the hard hitting remark, because you're right about the pain thing, is I feel like social media will create this trap where everything is like a quick and easy spell to get whatever. And like that can be true for some things, but I also think that there is some nuance there that we have to remember. Sometimes not everything can be quick and easy. It can be if you have like a really...
You have a great energy day. You have 10
not just
spoons.
energy, but like if you have a really like intense routine when it comes to like your altar space and your magical practice. You know what I mean? Like if you are somebody who shows up every fucking day and does your altar stuff, then yeah, you probably can do a lot more like quick and easy spells than somebody who doesn't. But if you are somebody who has low spoons, you probably aren't establishing that kind of relationship with your sacred space. And that's not a negative thing. That's not a bad thing. That's your ability and your reality. But then maybe we also have to recognize that, you know, every spell being quick and easy is probably not going to work out, and that's okay.
No, even bigger spells don't work out all the time.
Right. And so, like, if every spell becomes a quick and easy, like, well, let's take the nuance. Let's look at the scenario. You know what I mean? What is the energy that we've put into this leading up to it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where we have the moments where we have to kind of adapt our craft, you know?
Yeah. And there's always ways to, like, help. Like if you want to have like a larger intention, like as you said, do a 7-day candle rather than a chime candle. Use full moon water in your spell jar if you're doing a quick spell jar. Like there's so many ways to extend the energy and to make it grander when you're not like feeling your best. But it's once again being prepared and having things already.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, there's always this option. Like if you're really like at your worst and you can't do anything and it's been happening for a long time, this is where community gets involved, where you reach out to friends or reach out to witches that you know and ask for some help. Or it's like, you know, like that's what community is for. Even like we're not great at everything individually. And
well, except for me, because I'm the supreme.
Yes, because you're supreme. Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, just reaching out to community and letting them help you and support you. You know, people, you know, even like non-magical people ask for prayers and like energy support and exchange. You can too.
Yeah, 100%. And one final thing on the subject that we wanted to talk about was that removing guilt when it comes to having these kind of low spoons days. What does that look like for you?
I think it's really important to kind of like look back at how magic was practiced before like all these trinkets and grand like social media spells were. Things were a lot simpler, you know, back when witches couldn't go to like a store to go grab stuff or go online to grab stuff.
They worked with what they had.
Exactly. It was way more practical and they were able-bodied, but you know, it's just when you are doing this practical spell work, it doesn't make you any less of a witch. You're just connecting to witches of the past, and you are like, not only is it like helping you be like low spoons, but it's also helping you like create a more sustainable practice in the long run. Because, you know, if anything, my chronic illness has really taught me how to be more practical and to make my practice more sustainable, in my opinion. And I feel like if you have the drive to do a spell, even like a low spoo one, I do think that sometimes you can have a big payoff, as long as like, as we talked about, you're setting like those like examples of like using a 7-day candle, using full moon water, using ingredients you already have, you know, on hand. And like, it doesn't have to be like sad spells all the time. But yeah. What about you?
Sad spells all the time. Sorrows. I think the biggest thing with guilt when it comes to magic is just like guilt when it comes to parenting. Sometimes when you are a parent, you have to do things that you really don't want to do, and it feels super crappy, whether that's going to work or telling them no or
having to take care of yourself.
Yeah. And it can really suck. And because of that, it essentially is something that we need to kind of use that as like a cornerstone, I feel like. Kind of exactly like you said about growing your path and growing your magic and all that stuff. But also, like, there's that expression of how taking a break is not a treat. It's a part of the work. And that's something to remember, I feel like. If we're constantly taking things energetically, it's kind of like why we meditate often after big spell work. If we're constantly taking and we're never refilling the jar, we're going to get depleted.
Yeah, I completely agree. And, oh God, there's something I wanted to say and now I can't like think about it. But no, I agree with everything you said. And I think that, shit, what was I going to say? Robyn, what was I going to say? Searching my brain.
Sure, hold on. Let me just download it. You were going to say I have a fat ass?
You have a fat ass, definitely.
That's crazy, Maria. We're on air.
But no, I really like, we see everyone's like their spells and stuff on social media, but it's not like that all the time, even for those witches posting the big spells. And I've posted a lot of big spells too, like even on my socials, like recreations, not actual like me doing the spells, but it doesn't look like that all the time. As we've mentioned, I do have a chronic illness, and part of like witchcraft practice and of life in general is going through ebbs and flows. Things can't be like
perfect.
You can't be on top of the wheel all the time. The wheel turns, the wheel of fortune. And
oh my God, I thought you meant will, like true will.
No.
And I was like, no. Yeah, no, you surely can.
No. But we all end up at the bottom of the wheel occasionally, and that is okay. And, sometimes the best way to get back on top is to take care of yourself so you can do more later. Yeah.
You want to be on top?
Yeah, be on top.
Na 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 na. Sorry.
Oh,
sorry. We would love to hear, for those of you who also have low spoons, tips and tricks. We would really like to hear them. It's one of those things that I think that when it comes to any kind of sliding scale of illness or disability, that we all can learn from each other on how we can manage things, right? If it wasn't for people wanting to learn from each other, then like disability, accessibility tools and such wouldn't exist. So tell us what you guys do. We would like to hear it.
Yeah. Hot.
Thanks. So, Maria, what's stirring your cauldron this week?
That was really phlegmy.
Thank you. I really tried.
You did a great job. It really adds a lot. Sound like a husky person who sings, jazz.
I feel like a cigarette mom is what I feel like.
Cigarette mom.
I feel like I'm gonna be like, if you're gonna smoke it all, smoke at my house, okay? I want you to do it in a safe space. That's what I feel like right now.
That's hilarious. Constantly craving a little ciggy poo. But anyways.
Me too. Look at us.
So this week, my wife and I went to Pisgah National Forest for her birthday. Like, we stayed the entire week in the mountains, and it was so amazing and so beautiful. Like, it's just an amazing, like, national park, honestly. Like, there's so many, like, waterfalls to see, and just the changes of, like, different type of settings you can go in just that one place is insane. Like, you'll be going through, like, if you go on top of the mountains, there's, like, the black balsams, but there's really no other variants of trees up there besides the black balsams. But if you go down further in, top of the mountains, it's like a wide variety of trees and vegetation, and it's just gorgeous and beautiful. Moss, mushrooms everywhere, and little azure butterflies were like everywhere around the park, and there would be like clusters of them, especially near like the waterfalls, and if you step by them they would just encircle you. And it would make you look like a freaking goddess. It was so, I don't know, they were really, really cute. And I'm trying to think about what else. And up on like, because one of our favorite hikes to do is Black Balsam, which is you kind of like are on top of one of the mountains, and just the whole pathway on top of those peaks, they glitter. It looks like stardust because of all the mica in the soil. Like it glitters in the sun, and it's just so pretty. And I even found like this little rock that has a bunch of mica in it in one of the riverbeds that I took home with me, and I love it. It is now on one of my nature altar. And my wife and I, we got a waterfall to ourselves for a whole hour, which is crazy.
Romance, am I right, girls?
The water was so cold, it took our breath away. And we're like, it's really hard to swim when the water is that cold. You kind of like forget how to swim because your whole body's like, I don't know how to move in this. It is so cold. And the sun wasn't shining, but we're like, no matter what, we're going to enjoy this because we're going to regret it. We're going to go back to like South Carolina. It's going to be 100 degrees. We've got to enjoy this while we have it. And we did. And it was just an amazing experience. I'll have to tell, though, the forest spirit, if you want to call it that, entity that we ran across while we were there. It was crazy, but we'll talk about that on a coffee talk. So
that sounds amazing.
Yeah. You're going to yell at me because
probably
of you, how I want to backpack through there, and you're like,
so
see,
stupid.
This is why you shouldn't, but I still want to. And you're going to yell at me for the story and my actions that I did during the story.
Congrats! I'm already annoyed by this, and I don't even know what happened. So good job, way to go.
Yeah. So with the voicemails, I'll tell my own story. So, Robyn, what is stirring your culture? Not stirring your culture this week.
That was a lot sexier than mine. So good job. That was not stirring my culture.
Yours is very sexy. You're slummy.
Thanks. Yeah, no. Everybody says sex appeal does come with phlegm.
It does.
That is not the bodily fluids people typically want. So you can guess what my not stirring my cauldron is. I'm
the
so
state of the
over
world,
this.
huh?
Yeah, it's that too. I do think it's really funny Lindsey Graham died. That is stirring my cauldron. That's super fucking funny. That's funny. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that guy. I hope he's rotting in hell. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. If you just joined us this week, every week we talk about shops, social medias, books, art, podcasts, accounts, just whatever we're fucking with right now. That being said, Maria, what are you fucking with?
So it is the Crimson Orchard, Orchid on
Reading
Insta.
is very hard.
I'm not wearing my glasses.
Girlfriend.
I accidentally. I have my sunglasses, and I have they're the same frames. So
incredible. Give us a twirl.
Oh, but it's another pottery artist who is surprised, but these these things are so beautiful and gorgeous. They look like,
I'm gonna drop it in the chat.
Altars for the wall. Well, some of them are like altars for the wall sort of thing. I don't know. It's just really stunning work that I haven't seen from any other ceramic artist. And
wow.
Obviously,
the altars are so
gonna bring it
good.
up myself. But
the Baba Yaga piece.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, these are
Yeah, and there's
so
some beautiful
nice.
plates too that she has made.
This
And she's
looks
also
like-
does
Sorry, go ahead.
and she also does like paperwork too. That's really stunning. People are so talented. I wish I could do that
This
stuff,
looks
but I
like if
can't.
Theodore were to do pottery.
Yes, that's a great way to describe it.
So beautiful.
But how about you? What are you loving?
So I'm pretty sure this is like a super huge creator, but they've been pushed really hard on my socials lately, and I am pretty obsessed with it. They're called Silver Rocks, but they're specifically doing a series that's called Will It Lava Lamp, and they have a Heinz baked bean lava lamp. And it's so, first of all, check yourself. Okay, Heinz baked beans are great, but it's so funny to me.
Oh my gosh.
It's so funny. I'm like dying. I want one so bad. I'm like, send me a Heinz baked bean lava lamp. That's so fucking funny. I don't know what I'd do with it, but I must have it.
That's really funny. People are really using their free will to their
They really
like,
are,
the
and
best.
I love that. People should be using their free will for this.
Yes.
Our listener submission is some of the most unhinged stuff that we have been sent in a hot minute, and I'm linking it to the chat for those watching live. Yes, I did see the huge glass dildo lava lamp. So good, right? So this one is called Toddity's Animal Preservation. These are all taxidermies that are like geckos and chameleons, and they're all like, you know, like the silly rat taxidermies, so they'll be like exotic dancers or the Pope or whatever. It's that, except for they're like lizards. It's so fucking
You don't see
funny.
lizard ones often. I like this one
The one
best.
with the lizard
tarot.
smoking a cigarette and holding a gun is so fucking funny. Scroll down. It's like pretty far down there. It's so fucking funny.
I feel like I look like these, especially the tarot
I look
one.
like these. The chameleon one that's like holding a skull and has tarot cards.
Yes.
So he has converted me to terrible British baked beans. Sorry, Tom. Cancel me. As a reminder, if you have got a creative that you are loving right now, you should send it to us, even if it is an unhinged lizard taxidermy, because I love it. And I'm the one who picks the listener submissions most of the time. So get crazy, guys. Get crazy. Well, thank you all so much for joining us and bearing with us this long as I've sounded like garbage. If you've made it this far,
great.
Thank you. If you've made it this far, you're really pretty and beautiful and hot and sexy and cool, and we love you so much. We hope to see you again on Friday, July 24th for our next Coffee Talk episode, or July 31st for the 10th episode of Season 7. You can keep an eye out on our social media or head to our website, coffeeandcauldrons.com, to find out more information and see what we're up to. And don't forget to join us July 31st at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for Caitlyn Barone. Is it Barone?
Barone, yeah.
Nice. Caitlyn Barone's class on Art as an Offering.
Additionally, our Patreon Magical Beginnings offers a huge library of articles about witchcraft, a lot of articles. I do a monthly outlook, and we have like a spell of the month, and you get all of our classes. And there's courses on there. There is like so many backlog of articles. So if you're already on Patreon, please take advantage of all those backlog things, because there is a
actually,
lot.
the class I had to cancel for myself last month because I was sick. I'm planning to record in addition to whatever class we have next month. So there'll be 2 classes that come out next month.
Oh, hell yeah. That's great. And we also have a Discord community full of fun events and discussions. We have an amazing group on there. And we even have tiers that offer one-on-one conversations with Robyn and myself. You can either get a tarot reading or we can, kind of help you with your practice a little bit. It is up to you.
100%. Additionally, if you love our sexy, sensual, smelly cat voices, take a moment to review us from whatever streaming service that you're tuning in from, such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or somewhere else. We love reading your reviews and rating us with 5 stars, but rating us at all helps us to be seen by others. Thank you to everyone who already has and everyone who will in the future. We appreciate you.
And again, this is Coffee and Cauldrons.
With me, I am Robyn of the Tired Witch Everywhere.
And I am Maria at Magic with Maria Everywhere. You ready?
It wasn't just me.
No. 1, 2,